Alright, this it's gonna be a try to make this a quick segment. We're actually gonna it's been bothering me. This cheek is really kind of getting on my nerves. So I'm gonna do a real quick segment here, so we can take a look at fixing it, because this whole thing really needs to be over here, like I said before. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go in and we're gonna select all of the vertices that were the new ones, and we're going to come down and hit collapse. Okay, we hit collapse again and takes everything back, or takes it down another step. Okay, but I think that this right here, I think we can actually work with this if we wanted to, but I want to collapse it, and then we're going to remove it so we can reorganize the topology from this point. So just cut, and I'm going to cut this one straight there, cut this one straight there. Okay, now I can see that we've got two segments up here that now no longer have a home. So let's see, what can we do? What can we do? What can we do? I know what I want to do. Okay, so that solved that one. So now we're back to at least having a topology complete mesh. However, it does not look good, and we don't have the area fixed that we need to. And the more I look at this, the more I'm starting to think that we have these two vertices, these two segments converging in on this point right here. And I think what needs to happen is something like that. Okay, so this one comes back, this one comes out. Okay, but now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but now this is going to allow this guy to come down here. So see how sometimes we will add something just to temporarily hold kind of the idea of what we were going for, and then we can come back later and reincorporate it, or that's just a stray vertex right there. Okay, and to me, looking at this, what this screams to do is come down here. It really is. It screams just to come straight down. So I'm going to take that one right to there, and then we can target weld that one. And I think I'm gonna target weld those. This guy can go away. And we'll come back to that in a minute. But now I think we can actually create a shape that I was wanting to create, which is something like that. All of these guys, because if this guy has facial muscles, which he should, when he smiles this big, those muscles should be puffing up on us. Just be pushing out and puffing up. And let's pull these guys back a little. You can see this weird thing on my mesh that lets me know that I've got vertices that are not connected. See, now it's clean. I'm going to pull these guys back like so. So again, you can see I'm just going through and reorganizing. Oh my lord, it looks so much better. That was really bothering me. There we go. Alright. So before we leave this this segment right here, I'm going to attempt to fix this jaw, because his jaw is no bueno. So looks like I can target weld. Let's go to vertice, and we're going to target weld all these guys. And if you find yourself getting frustrated that you're making these cuts and then later on you are target welding them away, best thing I can tell you is to just get over it, because modeling is basically like a touch and go kind of thing, and you are modeling in 3D space, and it's important to realize that the odds of you modeling perfectly what you want to see the first time is it's probably pretty unrealistic, and you need to be open to the fact that you're probably going to make some mistakes, and you need to realize that that's okay, that there's nothing wrong with that. It's all part of the process. Okay, so Again, we just kind of go around and straighten up some areas. Again, we can put on our edge constraint toggle so we can follow the direction of our mesh and our edges. I'm just trying to keep everything proportional, as proportional as we can. Especially important if you were to try to take this character into something like ZBrush. It's very vital at that point that your mesh is very uniform because of how it needs to subdivide. Okay, I'm definitely a little happier. I'm going to turn off my edge constraint now so I can pull this guy straight up. Okay, and this neck needs to be, I'll rotate this, just a little too boxy for my taste. Actually, I'm going to pull this whole thing down like that. I'm going to pull this one out. Pull him out a little bit too. A little bit more of a rounded neck. And at this point, it's probably not a bad idea just to go ahead and ring and connect at least one segment in there. Okay, the jaw looks clean. The cheeks are clean. Another thing that I want to point out is even though we're modeling with his mouth wide open like this and big smile, what'll end up happening before we're done is we're actually going to close his mouth. We're actually going to move everything to a down position. Once we get the teeth and everything, we're actually going to model his mouth closed, and then we can come back to this point later when we do our morph targets. But so don't think that this is going to be like his default position. It's just one of the things that I like to do. We model everything, and we can see that this is the extreme of his face, and if it looks good here, it's going to be pretty easy to pull everything back in later on. I need to give this dude a chin. I think that's one of the things that was bothering me. I was not seeing a chin on him of any substance. Let's see. Pull this. Give him a little bit more of a lip. I think that was bothering me too. Okay. I'm kind of dying to see his little divot here in between his nose and his mouth, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this in. And I don't really care if this doesn't meet anywhere, because I could care less at this point. It's not really going to be seen under here, so I'll rotate that. Maybe even pull this edge forward. down. Try to build this upper lip up a little bit more. Give them a little bit more substance to this lip. And pull it out. Remember, it's cartoony, so we can emphasize some of these shapes here. Select on this polygon, and do ourselves an inset like that, and I'll move this edge over. And we can emphasize that even more. And just making little adjustments here. Okay. Make sure this is all on the same smoothing group as always. Just double checking that. Okay. And before I leave you, I'm going to go around and around all of the lip outside of the lip, like right along this line. Okay. I want to separate the lip from the actual lip from this part of the mouth a little bit more. So I'm going to chamfer very small like that. See how it puts a nice crease on that lip. Now obviously this is very extreme now. We can come back and fix that, but now we've got a nice dividing line here between the upper lip and the actual lip itself. So I think definitely got some things to work with now. This has got to get fixed. This is way too extreme. So let's, if we can tone that down a little bit. I want to target weld some of those areas that kind of go in and make sure. Oop. Hold on, let's see what's going on. Let's step back. Kind of follow this around, and okay, so it's just this one area, and it keeps being this one area. That one, this one right there. There we go. Get rid of those tries. Let's see. Select on this freaking edge. That's a little better. Not so extreme. Alright, so went a little longer than I wanted to, but we fixed a big problem, cleaned up the jaw, and actually kind of got something going on with the lips here. And if we wanted to de-emphasize the extent of this, we could always just target weld these guys back together. And leave it emphasized where we wanted. Let it smooth out where we don't want it. Could do that. I think I'm going to leave it for now the way that it is. Alright, we will come back next time. We're definitely doing a lot of work on his face here, but hopefully you're getting something out of this. And so next time we're gonna do, like I said before, we're gonna work a little bit more on his eyes and start to get his eyebrows kind of working in here a little bit more for us. So once again, we'll save, increment, save. So we got no legs and arms, no hands. With the hands, face started a little bit, face got kind of whacked out, so instead of saving another one, I'm going to save over this one right here, since the cheek and everything are cleaned up. So we'll see you next time.